Mungu twaomba uilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuwajibike, tuimarike, umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Mirembe mijijiri mu Yesu mirembe name mirembe ndabosi nangoma mirembe mijijiri mu Yesu mirembe nyabasaba mirembe mijijiri mu Yesu mirembe naimba natenda naimba ngajimbira Yesu namugereka katonda wange naimba ngajimbira Yesu namugereka ngana Kampala goma ya Aido naimba ngajimbira Yesu yangulana musai kwa semo naimba ngajimbira Yesu namugereka tompita ko mukama babaga bomukisa tompita ko abange wararara mukama babaga bomukisa ayagaleza ndoza bakatondo yo abange babaga bomukisa olwalero nakulwasanyu abange babaga bomukisa abakadaba bikira agenda abange babaga bomukisa olwalero nakulwasanyu abange babaga bomukisa aboluganda mbalamusiza abange babaga bomukisa abawereza twayitibwa buyitibwa abawereza twayitibwa kuwereza mukama abawereza twayitibwa kuwereza mukama abagifted twayitibwa buyitibwa abagifted twayitibwa kuwereza mukama
abawereza twayitibwa abawereza twayitibwa kuwereza
abange abawereza twayitibwa buyitibwa abawereza twayitibwa kuwereza mukama
abawereza twayitibwa abawereza twayitibwa kuwereza mukama.
Abana ba mukama tweyanze so kuyimbira mukama tweyanze abana ba mukama tulabirawa abana ba mukama tweyanze
tweyanze ffe abaana ba Mukama tweyanziza okuyimbira abakulu tweyanze ffe abaana ba Mukama tweyanze ffe abaana ba Mukama weebale Katonda bakuwa kyoyagala nomalo simira muli mundayo walala kuwa kyoyagala nomalo kifuno simira muli mundayo Katonda bwakuwa kyoyagala nomalo kifuno simira muli mundayo walala
Katonda bwakuwa
kyoyagala nomalo kifuna
simira muli
mundayo bwezibanga nsimbi zoyagala gwe nomalo zifuna simira muli mundayo n'omusinza kuwa kyoyagala nomalo kifuna muli mundayo Katonda bwakuwa kyoyagala nomalo kifuno simira muli mundayo walala
Katonda bwakuwa kyoyagala
tambula sasana wewe wanjiba abafe wanji mwali baba mwali mudo mwali na nyini nyumba mwali alamula mwali mudo
mwali na
nyini nyumba
mwali alamula
mwali Yesu mwali mudo mwali na nyini nyumba mwali alamula mwali mudo
mwali na nyini
nyumba
mwali alamula
mwali Yesu mwali mudo mwali na nyini nyumba mwali alamula
mwali Yesu mwali na nyini nyumba mwali alamula
Katonda yebalete yakoze luno olunaku Katonda yebalete
yakoze luno
Katonda yebalete yakoze luno olunaku Katonda yebalete
yakoze luno olunaku
Katonda yebalete yakoze luno olunaku Katonda yebalete
yakoze luno olunaku
Katonda yebalete yakoze luno olunaku Katonda yebalete
yakoze luno olunaku
Katonda yebalete
Katonda yebalete yakoze luno olunaku
Katonda yebale nnyo abange mutegese omune
Kiwulire yakoze luno olunaku
kiwulire King Teddy Performance Ministry. Wow. Kiwe misala ni atuwemu.
Webale Bajise gifted performers Katonda yebalete yakoze luno olunaku Katonda yebalete
yakoze luno
Katonda yebalete yakoze luno olunaku
Katonda yebalete yakoze luno
Katonda yebalete yakoze luno olunaku
And ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Bayete. Bayete. Good to see you all this evening. I will read my remarks. Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to greet you in the name of the Almighty God. Good evening once more. I can't hear you. Good evening. Good evening. Good to hear you. Now, it is indeed a great honor and pleasure for me, both personally and as a member of Aido, to welcome you all this evening to the Aido Reconnection Dinner in the magnificent surrounding of Kampala Serena Hotel. I wish at the outset to extend on all our behalf our warmest and joy of love to all our guests who traveled miles for this day. Again, I welcome you to the Pearl of Africa, which is a heartbeat of Africa with good wealth, nice foods, which are not found anywhere else in the world. On that note, I believe and I hope that you have tested our matoke, the luombos, the casolis, all our smiling faces here at Serena Kampala Hotel. Our dinner this year marks the beginning of celebrating our successes, our cultural beliefs, our human rights, connecting with the diaspora, and seeing and seeking what we can do together as a community, and also to change the community. We take this opportunity to reiterate our thanks and appreciation to all the distinguished, our distinguished guests, the MC, the performers, the DJ, Kampala Serena Hotel, and everyone else who has made this day successful. I also take this opportunity to reiterate our thanks and appreciation to all our global leadership who have supported the spreading of Aido across the world. Therefore, with a smile, kindly tell the person seated next to you, I know you because of Aido Network. Beautiful. Thank you. A clap. Let's celebrate this night with love as we continue to strengthen our objectives so as this dream can live longer. To God be the glory. Good evening, dear idolers. Bayete. Bayete. Enjoy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Our assistant Jerry, DJ, give us some food of the ears so as we can rejuvenate our. I know people are very hungry now, but we are yet. Serena's organized its best. We are yet to give you the best. Thank you. As gifted performers get ready, DJ give us a small interlude as gifted performers get ready to entertain us in their second dance. Thank you so much. But if you feel the music has got into your nerves, you are free to stand up and jubilate. In Uganda, we dance, we sing, we laugh, we jump. You are free to stand and jubilate. Thank you so much.
Turn up the speakers. It's DJ Cypher Lee in the mix. Studios.
DJ. Please, royals, this is a royal dance. If you see that it is getting into you, you're free to stand and dance.
Natamba
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And our chief guest, actually, that dance was to introduce a big man in the house, and he has steered, driven the dream, and it is because of him that Aido is still moving in Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the chairman, board Aido, Mr. Stephen Epitum. He's a man of courage, he's a father, he's a man of vision, he's a man that does not give up, and he has steered the stage well, and he's a man of hope, and I believe in his age, people are still getting more than what the world thinks, mostly the young generation. Thank you so much, sir. May God bless you. Dear chief guest, allow me, and all the royals in the house, allow me to invite Mr. Bill to tell us about Planet. Then later, Serena Hotel will serve. They will start with the first, the royal table, then they serve also others. Thank you so much. You are most welcome. Tambulango mugaga redo oli mugaga.
Thank you very much, MC. Good evening, everyone. Your Royal Highness, the Queen, and everyone in the room. My name is Bill Clifford Akakwenzire. I'm here on behalf of two organizations. One is Planet Systems Uganda Limited, which is an IT system. We build tech and information systems. The second one is Allied Karamoja Community Foundation in Uganda. These two organizations came together to join hands with the vision in mind of a young boy in a kraal somewhere in Karamoja. Our vision is to take technology in education to Karamoja. That is the vision of the partnership between Planet Systems and ACFO, with our vision bearer being Teddy Kiram. The product that we are doing a feasibility study for is called Rachel. So the question in mind would be, how are you going to take technology to a young boy in a kraal to be able to continue grazing their cattle while studying? The product that our partnership has come up with, called Rachel, enables learners to access internet without being online. So the learner is offline, but can be able to access all educational content that we can upload onto this educational hub, a device. We can also upload the entire Uganda curriculum, such that the Class A student at Green Hill, whichever content they are getting, can also be taken to Karamoja. This student at Green Hill is getting all this content provided by the best teachers, and we are taking the same educational content which they are going to receive offline, no internet. Yes. So we have the hub, they don't need internet, and they are accessing it off simply a smartphone, or we can organize workshops, and they can come up to these workshops and be there for 30 minutes and go back to the cattle that they are grazing. So at the stage we are at, we are doing a feasibility study, because it's not an easy project. We are trying to find out a needs assessment of this project that is being taken to Karamoja. We are going to do the 9 districts in Karamoja. Our feasibility and pilot will begin with one district, where we shall do a pilot and identify the needs assessment of this. Our vision bearer has liked the project so much. Right now she's in the UK, but she's so much entrenched into the project. She sends her regards, and we are trying to see to it that we infuse technology into education, not only for the learners at Green Hill here in Kampala, but even to enable a boy child in a kraal, you remain in the kraal while studying. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You are very brief and precise and on time. We are so humbled. And send our regards to Engineer Teddy. And we are still having so many projects that are coming, and there is a project that is coming out in where Aido International and the local chapters are going to embark in the foundation of Engineer Teddy, and the project is going to be I Need to See the World. Karamoja needs to see the world. Let them have an opportunity to showcase, trade, and promote their own things. In that project, we are going to be building innovational centers in about 10 districts of Karamoja. So we are going to be building innovation centers, and we shall call upon your collaboration and for support to this project, because it is aimed at letting these people see the world. Many people have misused and abused their trust and love and took it for granted, yet they have the potential to market their region as themselves. So that is a project that will be yet launched in Uganda, and it is going to yield success. Thank you so much. We do not give up. We aim for the best, and the best is coming. Again, ladies and gentlemen, let me pass on this special announcement. It is healthier when you go in a place to know where the short calls are. Ladies and gentlemen, if you go out, that open door, you go straight, just on your left, that is where the short calls are. It is very healthier, the rooms are clean, everything is well. Actually, it was organized by Serena Hotel, knowing very well that the royals are coming. So please feel free to use that facility in case of need. Thank you so much. Please Kampala Serena Hotel. You start with the royal table, and then we move round as the DJ gives us powerful music to quench our thirst. Thank you so much.
Just believe it when you pray,
and then you will see the morning will come, and every day will be bright as the sun. All of your fears, cast them on me. I just want you to see I'll be your cloud up in the sky. I'll be your shoulder when you cry. I hear your voices when you call me. I am your angel. And when all hope is gone, I'm here. No matter how far you are, I'm near. It makes no difference who you are. I am your angel. I'm your angel. I saw your teardrops and I heard you cry. All you need is time. Seek me and you shall find. You have everything and you're still lonely. It don't have to be this way. Let me show you a better day.
you will see the morning will come, and all of your days will be bright as the sun. So all of your fears, just cast them on me. How can I make you see?
I'll be your cloud up in the sky. I'll be your shoulder when you cry. I hear your voices when you call me. I am your angel. And when all hope is gone, I'm here. No matter how far you are, I'm here. It makes when I step into you're the only one who really knew me. Oh, how can you just walk away from me when all I could do was watch you leave? Girl, we shared the laughter and the pain. We even shared the tears. You're the only one who really knew me. Oh, take a look at me now. There is just an empty space. There's nothing left here to remind me. Just a memory of your face. Take a look at me now. There is just an empty space. And you're coming back to me is against the odds. That's a chance I've gotta take. I wish I could just make you turn around and see me cry. There's so much I need to say to you, so many reasons why. You're the only one who really knew me at all. Take a look at me now. There is just an empty space, and there's nothing left here to remind me. Just a memory of your face. Take a look at me now.
Just a line to be found in the
DJ, Tirabo gifted performers are ready to showcase their Thank you. Please enjoy your dinner. I see most of us didn't pray, but by God's grace, may that food do good work in your veins and may it be of blessings. Amen. Yes, Chirabo gifted performers give us Queen Achom. These are very talented young people, and very soon you will see them in Jamaica. As long as I'm available. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to our gifted performers. That is a Chinyarwanda dance from Rwanda. Rwanda is an East African country in, is it West-South campus? That is geography. But I think it is in Southwest, yes. It is in Southwest. Thank you, gifted performers. Thank you so much. We are much blessed that, yes. Next online is, ladies and gentlemen, as you enjoy your meal, DJ, give us some music.
Natural beauty, yeah. No, I've never been someone shy until I seen your eyes. Still I had to try, yeah. Oh yes, let me get my words right and then approach you. Woman, I'll treat you like a man is supposed to. You'll never have to cry, no. I know everyone can relate to when they find a special someone. And she's royal, yeah, so royal. And I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind, no. The way she moves to her own beat. She has the qualities of a queen. She's a queen. Ooh, ooh, what a natural beauty. No need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen. She's a queen. And when they ask what a good woman's made of, she's not afraid and ashamed of who she is. She's royal, yeah, so royal. And I need her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind until the night that I seen your eyes. My queen, so supreme. I can see it in her eyes, the way she smiles. Hey, yes I know the king and queen crown, see I'm tired, so I'd never leave your side. just stick with me through the trial times. Oh, and she says she no mind. Alright, I know good man is hard to find. And she can't about that giant line. That's why she has no ties at this time. Yeah, I know many men are trying, but she needs to be more than wine and dine, because she's royal, yeah, so royal, and I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so divine. Oh, the way she moves to her own beat, she has the qualities of a queen, so supreme. Ooh, ooh, what a natural beauty. No need no makeup to be a cutie. She's a queen, so supreme, yeah. And when they ask what a good woman's made of, she's not afraid and ashamed of who she is. She's royal, yeah, so royal, and I want her in my life. I never knew anyone so one of a kind. No, no, the way she moves to her own beat, she has the qualities of a queen, my Nubian queen. Ooh, ooh, hey, we got it going on. Hey, we got it going on. Buli omu yenna gyali mu nsi abaako omuntu we gwawana gwayita omulungi. Nze nange gwe njagala gyali gwe mpaana mu bandi yoyo Irina. Musaayi gwange sibbuba naye saagala mugambako. Ndikola ntya buli kyakandeseewo mama Irina, ani amugambako yamala obudde nga toli muntu wange.
DJ, let us welcome gifted performers again to give us our, is it the second last dance? Thank you so much. This is Arakaraka from, Arakaraka is where? From Acholi. You are most welcome. Dear our guest, please enjoy. Yes, yes, Your Highness, give us your best. Stand up, Your Highness. Yes, yes. you so much, gifted performers. We are so much humbled and by your entertainment. The CEO of Chirabo. Chirabo? Yes. Please allow us to introduce you to this noble royal audience. He is the CEO of Chirabo Gifted Performers, and he's my friend. And do you have some business cards? Maybe some people would want to book you later, and it would be a very great pleasure. Please, if you can, bring them so as people can know you better. Because in the house it seems it is only me who knows you and I'm your friend. What if tomorrow I'm not around? Who will know you more? So business cards are very important. Thank you. Dear our guest of honor, allow me to introduce people that have just joined us. And in the house, we have the Executive Director, Buganda Heritage and Tourism Board, Mr. Albert Kasozi. And still in the house, we have Mrs. Musazi Lucy, who has been from the very famous lady and strong lady. She has been around and she's still around. Thank you so much. In the house, we have our brother. That one is just a brother. Please stand up, a man with a cape in the house. Very energetic. And in the house, we have Mickey Designs. #1 top fashion designer in Uganda. You are most welcome. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for being with us on this noble cause. Dear His Highness, allow me to invite the ED of BHTB because we are celebrating culture, we want to engage in culture, we want to engage in heritage. Everything that we are doing is preserved on heritage, and he is the man with the mandate of that. You are most welcome, sir.
Your Royal Highness and your delegation, our dear visitors, all protocol observed, I welcome you all to Buganda Kingdom. I will start with apologies for joining you late. Because I am your host, I shouldn't be finding you when you're already eating. But I had some other engagements that made me come late, so I apologize for that, Your Highness. So, my name is Albert Kasozi, just like my brother Alan has introduced me, and I'm the Executive Director of the Buganda Heritage and Tourism Board. I think you're wondering Buganda Heritage and all that, so I'm going to try to expound everything to all of you. Buganda Heritage and Tourism Board is the body that is responsible for conservation of culture, our heritage, and tourism of the kingdom. So as you know, we have Buganda Kingdom, where we are sitting right now, that covers the central part of Uganda. And the Buganda Kingdom has been existing for over 800 years. So it is the biggest monarch and the oldest monarch that we have in Eastern and Central Africa. And we have a king that is still alive and is still ruling, and is called Kabaka Mwenda Mutebi. And he has a cabinet, and everything that a kingdom should have is still existing. Because Buganda Kingdom gave birth to Uganda. If Buganda wasn't there, maybe Uganda wouldn't have been there. So it is because of this mighty kingdom that we have this beautiful country that you are in. So we always thank our kingdom for existing and for giving us this great heritage that we pride in up to date. So I had a chance to travel last week, and I was in Botswana, and we were talking about heritage. And that is how I realized that, you know what, if we are talking about tourism in Africa, it is our heritage that should come first. Because when we talk about wildlife, when we talk about adventure, when we talk about all those other things that tourists can do, I think they have been done better somewhere else. If we talk about adventure in Dubai, I think it's really amazing. If we talk about water, aquatic activities, I think they are really much better in other parts of the world. But if we talk about heritage, it is something that we have kept in Africa strictly for Africans. Heritage is what defines us as Africans. It is the unique thing that we have that you can't find anywhere else. And for us in Buganda Kingdom, it is what we are fighting for more than anything. Our heritage is what defines us. It's our heritage that tells us you should do like this when you're eating. You should dress up like this. You should talk to this person like this. Because of those ethics and those values that our great-grandfathers left for us, that we have to follow to make us who we are. So when I came in and I found you, Your Royal Highness, putting on that glittering hat that looks really nice, and the lady next to you is putting on, I was feeling out of place. I said I should have come putting on, I should have come dressed like this gentleman. I should have come putting on my kanzu to give this function the message that it deserves. So because of that mistake I have made, I have to pay back for that mistake. I have decided that His Royal Highness and his delegation should come and visit the palace tomorrow. They should come and visit the palace tomorrow. I will give them my best tour guide so that they can appreciate how much we have done to conserve. We are living in a very difficult time of technology, of development and urbanization. We have a challenge of the youth. The youth do not appreciate our heritage. We have tried to put youth in the positions of doing this job of conservation of heritage, but the youth don't appreciate heritage. They prefer to do, when we talk about the tourism business, it is largely SMEs. They are small businesses, and they are mostly owned by the youth. But the youth don't sell heritage. They think it is about adventure. They think it's about, what do we call, the Nyege Nyege festival that is coming soon. They don't want to hear about heritage. And we are worried. We who are concerned with conservation, we are worried. Because if the youth don't appreciate and they learn and they understand what has made us who we are, then what is the future going to have? So, Your Royal Highness, I want to plead to you and your delegation that whenever we have these kind of engagements, I think we should come up with some strategies that we can share. I think, actually, Alan, this kind of delegation was supposed to come actually to our kingdom headquarters first, to meet the kingdom leaders. We have sessions to share how we can conserve, how we can do cultural exchanges, to see that the whole world can appreciate the heritage that we have. Otherwise, we are in serious trouble. People don't want to dress up like you. They want to put on, okay, like me, they want to put on a suit. They want to put on a suit. But actually, when you dress up like Your Royal Highness and you take a flight, people admire you. Say, wow, this gentleman is smart. Because they see suits every day. So let us embrace our culture. Let us hold on to our heritage, because it is what makes us who we are. We are Africans. Heritage is what defines us. Our language, our way of life, how we treat our people in the community, that is what defines us. So I welcome you once again to the Kingdom of Buganda, and I'll be waiting to see you tomorrow to make sure that you have a great visit. Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you. That is Buganda Heritage and Tourism Board. And I and my brother Albert, we have promoted tourism and heritage to the greatest high. And at that point, many people regarded me as Mr. Tourism. And I am Mr. Tourism, uncompeted for, I think, you my runner-up. So he's my brother, my boss, Albert. You are most welcome onto this royal dinner. It is the first of its kind, but more are still coming. And more very soon you'll get to know why this dinner is here when Her Royal Highness Queen Achom is giving her presentation. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, gifted performers are really very eager to interest us in what we are seeing, and it will be of great honor. Let us dance, let us clap, let us jubilate for them. They are here with Masoga dance, then they will close with Chiganda dance. Thank you so much.
Tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako abange bakama bange,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa,
tompitako abange bakama bange,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa,
olwaleero gwe lunaku lwa ssanyu,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
abooluganda mbalamusiza,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
olwaleero gwe lunaku lwa ssanyu,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
olwaleero lunaku lwa ssanyu,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
ayagala esaddo saba Katonda oyo,
tompitako
abange
mukama boboga
wabaga
bomukisa, tompitako
ayagala ensimbi osaba Katonda,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
ayagala ensimbi osaba Katonda oyo,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
ayagala ensimbi osaba Katonda oyo,
tompitako
abange
mukama
wabaga
boboga
bomukisa,
tompitako
kataba azugira kenda,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
abakedi tuweereza Mukama,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
abange mbalamusiza,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
Mukama mbalamusiza nze,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
Kabaka mbalamusiza,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
Mukama bankumire ssebo,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
abakedi tuweereza Mukama,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
abakedi tuweereza Mukama,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
leero lunaku lwa ssanyu,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
leero lunaku lwa ssanyu,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
abange bakama bange,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
leero lunaku lwa ssanyu,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
leero lunaku lwa ssanyu,
tompitako mukama boboga bomukisa, tompitako
mukabira bw'abange, ndabira wa leero, ndabira wa leero, ndabira w'abange, ndabira wa leero, ndabira w'abange, ndabira wa leero, ndabira wa leero, abaleero mwanyumye luno, abange bannange mwanyumye luno, ndabira w'abange mwanyumye luno, ndabira wa batubye oyambadde fayirota abange kuteritubala musiisangu abange ndabira wansi ndabira wansi abange ndabira wansi abana
Thank you so much, Tirabo gifted performers. You have another dance? Hey, they have a Kisoga dance, but we will close us with the Kiganda dance again. Okay, Kisoga dance now from Eastern Uganda. Thank you so much. one of the heads of CARICOM, who is none other than Queen Achom, Dr. Hilary Brown. And on that note, my brother Albert, the first day when I met Queen Dr. Hilary Brown, I knew that she's a Muganda and she's called Nabagereka. That is a total identity, and she's a royal in that case. She's a role model of all royals in the Caribbean, and she identifies royalty, and in Buganda we identify royalty. So therefore, when I met her through Aido, under the concept, I know you because of Aido, I know she's a Muganda. Aido chapters, we create both in Africa and in the diaspora, and have the represented in 10 countries so far, in 10 countries in Africa and Europe and America. Aido has widened its base, not only in Uganda, the recently that is opening, that is Tanzania, Malawi, joining other chapters to promote culture and heritage. The dream is not just connecting people, but to aid people to do business, to promote culture, to promote heritage, and to connect. Because, believe me or not, if it is not this day and it is not this dinner, we would not be knowing each other. But we want to celebrate the big dream and the achievement of those who dreamed wisely to connect Africans. It is very absurd to those who have traveled and have seen the world. You identify how young people there, black young people, they are getting lost and getting shared away of whatever they are told and made to believe. And yet here is the root, and they disregard and disrespect Africa. Africa is the root. As long as you black, even if you bleach, you are black in blood, in soul. You have to accept the fact that Africa is home, and it will be very grateful for Chief Ali. The next time you visit Africa, you bring the entire clan and tell them this is home. And that is the dream of Aido. We want to connect Africans and the diaspora. And we want to recommend to you that we are calling upon you in a graceful and loveful way, not because we want and we are dreaming that you should come here, but this is where you're supposed to be. Please come and pick up the investment opportunities before other people pick them. And it is very absurd that those that are picking them are whites now. Africans, you have the belief, you have the resources, and we can develop Africa together. Bano tebakategedde. Tetukategedde. Africans, we can develop, we can resource, we can equip ourselves, and do not let other people do it. Because you people who are staying in the diaspora, royals who are in the diaspora, this is home. Please come back and develop and resource Africa. On that note, Aido has engaged in unity of different kingdoms that are now over 600 kingdoms across Africa and the diaspora, and this dream is still continuing. The heritage aspect, it is who we are and who we identify ourselves to the heritage area. Therefore, in Aido, heritage is much respected and given of great value. From the dress code to the way we talk and the way we walk and look, despite Aido is not only formed of royals but also others. So heritage is much valued. Empowering communities and empowering a girl child. We are engaging in different capacity building of communities and to make sure that communities are well equipped with the lifestyle, health-wise, and education. Investment openings of the gaps that are lacking, improving of hospitality areas, that is tourism, business development, and infrastructure. Upon the newly launched project that is launched in Serena, that is one of the piloting project that is going to be started by the diaspora community to pilot a good health living in Africa. Young people are called upon and they are given chance to participate and given leadership that equips them into great capacity of the future. That is to say, if it wasn't like that, that Aido gives opportunity to young people and to the young generation, I wouldn't stand in front of you. I highly appreciate that effort of steering young people to be at the forefront and to lead, and I therefore request the leadership, the high leadership of Aido, to continuously engage the young people into Aido management and work. I have served with great pleasure and duly diligently with full knowledge, guided by the Holy Spirit of the Lord. And maybe my ancestors are also behind me to serve with dignity, pleasure, love, and happiness as I've served Aido. Lord being by my side, I have engineered different success in Aido, and that has paved way of Aido breakthrough in Uganda. God has been good. God has been good that major projects under my leadership have reigned into the country. I am an Aidoer besides representing the executive director of Aido, and I'm grateful for the projects and opportunities that are meant across Aido, and therefore I call upon everyone to continuously preach the gospel of being an Aidoer and bring on other people on board, because this is a mother, it is a parent, it is a boat, it is a bus, it is a VIP Lamborghini car which will celebrate your ideology into success. On that note, I want to fully appreciate His Royal Highness and Her Royal Highness, who is not with us in here in Uganda. She's at the headquarters right now, engaging in the international business. Thank you for dreaming wisely. Thank you for dreaming with a parental heart to change the community and to change Africa, to join the diaspora and to join Africa at large. I want us to stand and give a respectful royal appreciation to His Highness Paul Nganda for this dream as we clap and jubilate him. Thank you so much to the newly initiating members of Aido. This is home and this is where you belong. Aido, from this year in November, it will have its piloting tours across the world. That will be November UK, United Kingdom, and it will be followed by South Africa, Germany, and other countries that the chief guest will state in Africa, both in Africa and in Europe. We are so much grateful that we are here to celebrate culture, and therefore, thank you so much. I was giving a speech of the executive director, not a speech of Alan Kanike Bwete, but a speech of Alan Kanike Bwete sends you greetings, happiness, joy, and Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for being Aidoers. Baete. Thank you so much, Aidoers. I know you because of Aido. That is now the slogan being launched. I know you, brother, because of Aido. I know you. You know me, say it. Yes, we know each other because of Aido. Ladies and gentlemen, at this moment, let us welcome Her Royal Highness Queen Dr. Hilary Brown II. But since royals do not come where we are, we shall excuse the royal table to address from that angle where they are. Thank you so much.
Bayete. With a little more energy. Bayete. Bayete. Okay. Good evening, good evening. Thank you, Mr. Master of Ceremonies, Alan, for that very warm welcome. And the free DNA test linking me to Buganda. I humbly accept. I'm proud to be so named. I want to thank our wonderful set of musicians, gifted, truly gifted. And I want to say that I thought I could shake the hips before I came here, before I saw the gifted group. So before I leave, I will have to learn how to really shake the hips. Your Royal Highness, Paul Jones Aganda, and in absentia, Her Royal Highness Grace Aganda, and all of the wonderful, the management and members of Aido, both here in Kenya and Uganda, who have organized a really wonderful program for this visiting delegation from the diaspora, and all of the wonderful Aidoers that I have met from so many chapters across Africa and in the UK, since we have had the pleasure of collaborating with Aido, beginning just over a journey just over a year ago. And so I really want to pay tribute and congratulate you on, as the MC said, the way in which Aido is connecting people and really having taken on this very important mission of connecting Africa with her diaspora. And so we are here on this journey of reconnection. So we're not just speaking about it, we are bringing it to life. And we want to thank Aido for the opportunity that has been provided to make that connection between persons in the diaspora and traditional kingdoms and chiefdoms in Africa. And so this is what we're calling the Global African Diaspora Kingdom. And so it is all about building a global Africa consisting of Africa and her diaspora with a commitment to the advancement, the connection, the prosperity of both Africa and her diaspora. That is the mission of the Global African Diaspora Kingdom. So, but I think for you to appreciate why it would be so important for the diaspora royals who are here with us today, Chief Arlie Gill from Grenada, Queen Mother Dr. Chenzira Kahina from the U.S. Virgin Islands. We also have Princess Gamachana, who is from Guyana, resident in the United States. And we are going to be having more of the royals meeting us in Kenya next week. So I think it is difficult to explain how important a spiritual and cultural and emotional journey it is to make this reconnection. And I think perhaps in order to illustrate why it is so important, you would perhaps have to understand what was lost in the separation of Africans from their homeland some 500 years ago, 400 or 500 years ago. Being trafficked from Africa over 300 years in a system known as chattel slavery. So this is not just any ordinary slavery. This is chattel slavery where your humanity is denied. You're not a human being, and that was written in law. And so you're stripped of your language. Now that I'm back in Uganda, everybody's saying you need to speak the local language. And I say, yes, I should know the local language. But we were prohibited from speaking our local languages. We had to learn French and Spanish and English and Dutch and all of the language of the colonizers who took us from our homelands, made us work for free for 300 years under the most brutal system, the most brutal punishment, separating families. It was the most wonderful thing for them to grab a baby from her mother's breast and send the baby to one plantation and send the mother somewhere else. Families were split up. We were denied the opportunity to celebrate our culture, like we're doing here today in terms of musical expression. They knew that drumming was a way of communication. And so that was one of the first things they tried to ban. And anything that Africans used and held dear to keep that connection to Africa, it was targeted for being banned and being disallowed. So really, Africans in the Americas found themselves in a situation where they were denied of family, of their land, of their heritage, of their culture. And so in many ways, and I should say our spirituality, our African spirituality was not allowed. We had to learn, we had to become converted because we were pagans and unbelievers and needed to be civilized. So we had to become Catholic and Presbyterian and the Church of England. And so we lost all memory, or a lot of it, of our African spirituality. And very importantly too, we lost that sense of royalty. So many people in the Americas, in the Caribbean right now, they don't even know that they're in the African kingdoms or kings or queens in Africa. A lot of our young people, they would think it's a joke. This doesn't exist. So the reconnection agenda that Aido, in collaboration with CARICOM, the CARICOM Reparations Commission, is really vital, really important to bridge that gap. And culture, as our heritage experts just spoke to so eloquently, culture is certainly a foundational principle that binds us. And that is really what has helped to keep that love of Africa, that organic link, that intrinsic knowledge that you are African. That was really critical to keeping that Africanness alive. And, you know, as you said, coming in and dressing up, a year ago, I myself would have been shy of dressing up in this way. But now it feels wonderful. It is truly a wonderful expression, and it is inspiring, and really, words cannot express. And so we really want to express that appreciation for this opportunity for the reconnection. And we have been doing so, meeting kings and chiefs in Uganda, in Kenya. We have met many from South Africa, from Nigeria. And I have to say that Aido really is leading a revolution in terms of opening up the kingdoms within Africa to welcoming back their children left 400 or 500 years ago, and for the diaspora to not only have that validation, that reconnection with roots, but also having the opportunity to contribute to the development of Africa. And we stand on the shoulders of many great Pan-Africanists, and we see ourselves as the next generation of Pan-Africanists, because our great thinkers, our great musicians in the Caribbean and the Americas really led the way in terms of keeping us grounded and keeping that connection. And we could begin with Marcus Mosiah Garvey. He has been named National Hero of Jamaica, but he's a national hero of the global African diaspora. And Garvey is one who told us that a people without knowledge of their history and culture are like a tree without roots. A people without knowledge of their history and culture are like. And so Garvey and so many other great thinkers from the Caribbean, but also in Africa, led the way in saying, we are African, we should be proud to be Africans, this is our home, what was done to us was illegal, it was wrong, and it needs to be repaired. And that is why the CARICOM Reparations Commission is calling for reparatory justice. We must get justice for people of Africa everywhere that we are found, because the discrimination and the hate and the ways in which African people have been held back from realizing their full potential is something that affects not only the Africans who are trafficked to the Americas, it affects Africans on the continent as well. So Africa and her diaspora need to speak with one voice. And that is what Bob Marley was telling us when he said, get up, stand up, never give up the fight. And that's exactly what we intend to do. We will never give up the fight until Africans everywhere get the recognition, get the justice, get the compensation, get the satisfaction that they're due. And that is what the reparatory justice movement is all about. And we want Africa to come on board with us, because it is one fight, and we need to speak with one voice on it. So we really want to encourage you to do more research, join with the Caribbean, join with the United States, join with Global Africa in calling for justice for Africans everywhere, and for our recognition, and for our compensation for 300 years of unpaid labor, but also for Africa having lost some of the strongest. Because when they were, shipping out on slaves, they didn't want anybody who was weak and sick. They took the strong ones, the tall ones, the bright ones, the skilled ones. That's who they wanted to take away. So Africa, for 300 years, was depopulated, losing people, chaos, kingdoms and families and communities and political structures constantly under stress. If you are under attack for 300 years, then you can imagine that you have instability in Africa, which also needs to be repaired. So we have a common fight, and this is what the Global African Kingdom is about. But at a very personal level and at a community level, we are also about the development of Africa, and we have come and we have been very touched, we have been very moved by the warm reception that we have received from the community, from the children in schools, from the persons, the mothers in the hospitals. We have been really moved by this warm, welcoming, welcome back home that we have received on arrival. And so we really are committed to continuing to work in partnership with Aido and all other partners who are committed to the development of Africans here and abroad. And again, Garvey told us that, Africa for Africans, at home and abroad. Garvey was one who really preached racial pride and self-reliance. And he actually started the largest movement of Africans anywhere in the world back in the 1930s and 40s. So Garvey really is one of our heroes that we have to celebrate. So it is in this context then that we are on this wonderful journey of reconnection. Uganda is a wonderful country. I think as the first I landed, I felt the spirit, I felt the energy, I felt the pulse, I saw the beauty of the environment, and I saw how much it looked like the Caribbean, and I understood why I felt so at home. And it is the warmth of the people, and it is the determination to move forward in spite of the challenges. And so I have to say how much I have fallen in love with Uganda, and I certainly will be coming again and again. So I don't think I'm going to go on for much longer. Again, I just want to say thanks on behalf of all of us for this very warm welcome, for the partnership, for the love, for the promise of all that we can do together. I think we're off to a great start. We have already been to 2 Aido annual conventions. We have collaborated with Aido in putting on an important seminar, which we did in February of this year in Jamaica. And that seminar was so critical because we were addressing head-on this negative and untrue narrative that Africans sold out Africans. And so we needed to correct the history and speak to the resistance that happened in Africa when slave traders were coming into the country and trafficking Africans out. And so they have tried to blame Africa for the slave trade, and we have had to fight back against that. And Aido was our partner in a very enlightening online symposium called Reparations and Royalty, Africa and Europe, Exploding Myths and Empowering Truths. Still online, and so it's worth your spending a little time on a weekend to listen to some of the excellent presentations, and which were made by several royals within the Aido royal community. So let me say how proud I am to, having lost my African name generations ago, to now stand before you as Queen Ajanut Achom II, and gave my own children African names, my two wonderful daughters, and to say that this journey of reconnection is very real, very important, very spiritual, very cultural, very meaningful for all of us who are here. And what we hope to do is to open the door to many more persons in the diaspora, to make this reconnection, to feel the wholeness and completeness from having done so, and to also gain new meaning from being able to provide their expertise and their support in so many ways to the many projects and the many areas of need that we know are here in Africa. So I want to thank you. Bayete, Bayete.
Yes, that is Queen Achom II, Dr. Hilary Brown. You are most welcome, and thank you for coming back home, and we believe in your leadership. Those who do not know CARICOM, because they were speaking CARICOM. CARICOM is the same as UN. In the Caribbean countries and South American countries, it controls there. And they have a very major agenda, which I think Buganda should be very much interested, because they are celebrating 100 years, 800 years, and in these 800 years, they are trying to connect and find their lost brothers and sisters. So it is a very good agenda that I think, but you have to go through Aido, become a member of Aido, then you know they connect, things like that. Like that, yes. And thank you so much. That is CARICOM. You know, the first time when I visited Europe, I was intimidated by, first of all, I was intimidated by whites. Then later, I was intimidated by my fellow black people. The whites thought my skin is really rubbing off, but it wasn't. And the other people were, okay. Then the blacks, they didn't want to get close to me because they thought either I'm sick or I'm coming from something that is close to hell. But it is a good story that now, Princess Jenny, Queen Achom, Queen Mother, and Chief, you can relate and tell them that, you know what, those people there, they live in good houses. They also drive expensive cars, though my car is still in bond. So they eat well in places like Kampala Serena Hotel. Yes, this is where we eat every day. So. And we dress well, fashionista, highly Mickey designs. They make us look smart and dress well. Like, you know, besides royals, you the royals being royals, in Africa we believe we have the reality in our hearts. I think that Mrs. Musazi can confirm that. Yes. So, we are Africans, and we call upon you to come back. Back they would say, please don't go to Africa, you'll get sick. But by God's grace, none of these royals have gotten sick. And they will not get sick as long as they are here. They will get sick when they are back there and come back here and get healed. By God's grace, when you go back and say you'll never come back to Africa, you will get sick and come back here and get healed and stay here. The Bible says, speak by your tongue and create something. So make sure by December you are here. So thank you so much, Queen Achom. We are much graced and humbled. We had Mrs. Musazi had to give an opening remarks, but it was given by our sister Njeri from Kenya. Please come and greet this noble gathering, at least. Thank you.
I welcome you all to this occasion, and I'm sorry I was late, but circumstances, traffic and everything. But I also welcome you all to this occasion. And I welcome you to Uganda, this pearl of Africa, the beautiful land. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Musazi. You see how royalty flows. I welcome you all to this occasion. As royals, they don't have, you royals don't have time. You try as much as possible to save your time. And with the Bakopis, we come and shout. Thank you so much for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we catch up on our next agenda is calling for... Chirabo, are you done? You are ready. Please give us entertainment. As we celebrate Aido, we celebrate Buganda at 100, we celebrate Africa at bringing all our lost brothers. The agenda should be, we should bring them home. And our agenda is, go visit there, preach the gospel of coming back, and return. As we are not going to stay in Europe. We are going to come, preach the gospel, and return. Amen? By God's grace. Royals, you have to come back. Because already creation is starting. If you go and you leave and don't come back here, you know we have created. Our ancestors are very active in Africa. You will get sick and come back here. Chirabo gifted performers.
Mama bagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabawera mwebale kukuma demba bagenyi abagalwa abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabawera mwebale wala bagenyi bafe abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabawera mwebale imama bolo kuimba sindere abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabawera mwebale nambe bire bosi nengalo abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabawera mwebale nambe bire bosi nengoma abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabawera mwebale kwekona kukoba abasinyi beyagale abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabawera mwebale mirembe owesobirembe abagenyi mutudde bulungi tunabawera mwebale mirembe owesobirembe mirembe mingi kimi Yesu mirembe nyobo mirembe mirembe mingi kimi Yesu mirembe nyobo owesobirembe mirembe mingi kimi Yesu mirembe na imana tena Yesu namugero abayimba abana bamuno abayimba Yesu yaliwo abayimba abana bamuno wengoma Yesu yaliwo abayimba abana bamuno abayimba Yesu yaliwo abana bamuno abayimba Yesu yaliwo abayimba abana bamuno abayimba Yesu yaliwo abana bamuno abayimba Yesu yaliwo abana bamuno abayimba Yesu yaliwo abana bamuno abayimba abana bamuno abayimba Yesu yaliwo abayimba
activity. Nze olukumi lwange weeruli. Please, Faith, come, you use a chief. We want to use as small little time as we can. Yes, let's fundraise for the good cause. We welcome $100, $200, $1,000. Yes, it is for a good cause. 100,000, 50 for a good cause. Thank you.
Tweyanzisa mikwano gyaffe tweyanza abakyala n'abaami tweyanzisa ab'omutima ssebo tweyanza abakyala n'abaami tweyanzisa tweyanzege tweyanza abakyala n'abaami tweyanzisa ab'omutima omugabi tweyanza abakyala n'abaami tweyanzisa tweyanzege tweyanza abakyala n'abaami tweyanzisa mikwano gyange tweyanza abakyala n'abaami tweyanzisa tweyanzege tweyanza abakyala n'abaami tweyanzisa ab'omutima omulungi tweyanza abakyala n'abaami omuntu gyasigaira nno kyakungula tweyanza abakyala n'abaami omuntu gyasiga nti kyakungula tweyanza abakyala n'abaami tweyanzisa ab'omutima omugabi tweyanza abakyala n'abaami abakifuze nituweereza Yesu tweyanza abakyala n'abaami twalala baganda baffe tweyanza abakyala n'abaami katonda wakuwa kyoyagala nomala ogifuna nsimira mulimu nayo lwaleero katonda wakuwa kyoyagala nomala ogifuna nsimira mulimu nayo n'omusinza katonda wakuwa kyoyagala gwe nomala ogifuna omwebasangako bannage n'ensimbi zo katonda wakuwa kyoyagala nomala ogifuna nsimira mulimu nayo n'omusinza.
Thank you so much. Today I'm going to give the little I have, but I and my others, if I say others, if you're a Muganda man, you know, I and my others, we pledged to give $100. We should support such causes because they are the same causes that transform our mothers, that transform our sisters. It is really very sad to what those women go through. So it is a high gear to give our contribution to them. Who can? But if you don't, if you can't right now, by God's grace, may the good Lord aid you. You go back home and do a donation. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, next on our agenda, let us invite, but before I invite the chairman to invite the chief guest, let me first of all introduce the Ugandan team. We have, maybe I'll mention names, then they will mention. We have Miss Agnes Namale. Please, there is a mic there. Introduce what you do in Aido.
Greetings everyone. My name is Namale Agnes and I work with Aido Secretariat. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you so much. Then we have Jeno Akisa Harriet.
Good evening everyone. I'm Akisa Harriet. I'm in charge Atacare Ubuntu Culture in Aido chapter Uganda. Thank you.
Then we have Faith. Faith you can use here. Come and have royal blessings.
Bayete. Bayete. I'm called Kaites Faith. I'm Aido, Uganda.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to, but when they tell me the figure is not enough, we shall do it again. We have to contribute. We have next on our agenda. Allow me to invite the chair board, Mr. Stephen Epetum, who will invite the chief guest in that hierarchy. Thank you so much.
Hello. Good evening. Before I go on protocol, I think I need to share something with you. Ekanya and his son. Ekanya asked his son, what do you want to be? The son said, I want to be Reverend Father. Then the father asked him, why? Because I want you to call me Father. So in the same vein, when I'm addressing the audience here, in most cases I find it difficult to say Your Royal Highness to my son there. So I always prefer to call him Paul, and I think he has accepted it. So Your Royal Highness, Queen Achong, and all our important guests, you are most welcome. It is unfortunate I've not had a chance to be with you for quite a long time, but most of the activities that were occupying me, I think I'm done with. Our colleague talked a lot about culture, and we have clement. But to me, what bothers me most now is the mental slavery which is created by us Africans ourselves. Even when we try to produce in Africa here, we are looking for the European market. We are looking for the American market. And yet within Africa here, as far as food alone is concerned, we have a market of about $1 trillion, which we are not looking at. Why should we be looking at Europe all the time? In terms of opportunities, you have been here, you have been to the East. In fact, I would not even want to talk about that because you'll even be the ones to lecture me about what you have seen there. But what I can say, Africa has 65% of arable global land. So why can't we produce for the world? We have all the resources. If only we can remove mental slavery. We have talked about culture, but there are so many things we are ignoring. In terms of climate change, the trees are being destroyed. Our children here are growing, they cannot tell a tree by the name. In my house, the guy from Uganda has gone. I have a tree called Mulusa. Does any of you know that? So those are the things we should be promoting. Most of those important trees are getting extinct. So I want us to get together. They have a lot of economic value. So as we are talking about things, medicinal plants, we have a lot of herbs. The ideas are there, we only need to get time and share with you. Having said that, I might lose the status of royalty because I'm talking too much like Mkopi. Allow me take this opportunity to invite His Highness Paul Eganda, and we will invite him in his country.
Alama, alama, no, no, alama, alama, no, 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 alama, alama, no, no, no.
So when I say Emuria Koliae, you answer Koliae. Emuria Koliae. Emuria Koliae. So everybody is going to Guyana where knowing Ateso. But the most important one now for welcoming him is what we call in Teso Igong. So when I say Igong Arionga, you say, hey. Igong Arionga. Hey. Igong Eserot. Hey. Igong Uokol. Hey. Igong Tarapangi Dakasi. Hey. Igong Iworokere. Hey. Abila Ituk. Apete tome uriani. I will only interpret the first one. Arionga means let's hold together in the spirit of Aido. Then apete tom alata in a cup. That is my own. I'm the only man who kicked an elephant and threw it down.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Stephen Opaitum. As he says, he can hardly call me His Highness because I grew under his care. So he has seen me from childhood to school, and now I'm as tall as him. Emuria Koliai, Atekere Kobusi, Achomo Kobusi, Jenny Kobusi, Kahina Kobusi, Chief Ali Kobusi, Bayete, Bayete, Sebasaja Wangari. Thank you very much. Fellow royals, Your Royal Highness Queen Ashanuta Chom II, Queen Mother Professor Kahina Davis Chenzira, Chief Ali Salimbi Omwene, and Princess Jenny Gamachana. You are most welcome to our beautiful country. You are most welcome home. I know you know me from the diaspora space, but truly this is where I belong. This is home. I bring you greetings from my beautiful wife, Queen Grace Eganda the First, who has not been able to be here with me today for the first time because of other commitments and school, but she sends her love to all of you. Bayete. I take this opportunity also to recognize the Vice Chair of Aido Advisory Board, Miss Lucy Musazi. For information, Miss Lucy Musazi is the mother of Princess Brandy Mukasa, who is one of the founders of Aido Network International in headquarters in London. Just a little history. I believe most of you think I'm not a Ugandan. I'm actually a Ugandan. I used to be in London with His Majesty Ronald Mutebi long time ago, during those days of exile. My girl was with me at Makerere University. OHT were Dr. Ronald Rutaya, the head of Uganda, representing the king in London. He's also a member of Aido. He's part of us. We've worked with Navagereka in Chisagaite. The last was in Manchester. And if you look at the photos carefully, you'll see us on the same table. So Buganda, we are actually working together, and I'd like to build this relationship further, especially now that our country representative, Mr. Alan Kanyike, has taken charge of key areas of operation. I would like to take this opportunity really to tell you what Aido is in general. Aido simply provides a platform that brings kingdoms, traditional areas under one roof. And I am the president and the chairman of that institution. And this brings over 600 kingdoms together affiliated to us, from down the south to the north to the west. And we now have also what we have, the Global African Diaspora Kingdom, which is headed by Queen Ashanut Achom II, also known as the Caribbean Queen. So our work is to give our kingdoms, our traditional rulers, our culture, our heritage, space, voice in a global space. We are defenders of human rights. We are the voice of the voiceless. We are the Aidoers. We always say, show me what you have done. Don't tell us what you can do. And I'll tell you what we have done in Uganda in the last few months or 1 year. Mr. Alan Kanyike is so right to be very proud of himself. He's a very young man, very talented, very honest, action man, and he has proven himself beyond doubt. Aido Uganda is one of our chapters out of the 15 that are in 15 different countries. The countries that we don't have blown boards, they are run by counties who are normally kings or queens in those countries. All kingdoms have come with already set structure where the king stands at the top. The king has got the council, like the Lukiko, headed by the prime minister, or sometimes the paramount chiefs, queen mothers. So the model ranks from the king down to the bottom, whereby it's easy for Aido to pass information from the top to the bottom or from the bottom to the top. We preach human rights. We preach reconnection, which is one of our missions at the moment. We do recognize that we have a lot of potential as African black people. But again, as Mr. Chairman Stephen Opeitum says, the mental slavery is still on us, where we think that other people are better than us. We cannot do it. We can actually do it. I have done it, and others have done it. So we encourage you and all black people all over the world to come together, unite, unity for purpose. You don't have to love Alan, you don't have to like him, but you can like what he's doing. That's what Aidoers do. We have given a lot of kingdoms voices, a lot of kings. When did the Zulu king last visit the Buganda kingdom? Asante Hene was in Buganda kingdom a few years ago. the king, the emperor. What I'm trying to say here, we are trying to create this relationship whereby no kingdom operates in isolation. We want to see the Zulu, the Gamanches, all these kingdoms working together. We want to see Olinife in one roof with the Kabaka of Uganda, with the Misisulu, with the Gamanche, with the king of Iswatini. That operation of isolation whereby one kingdom wants to dominate the space is what we are trying to discourage, because we know everybody learns from one the other. And we have succeeded in the last 5 years to get those 600 plus kingdoms to be under one roof. And when we have our conventions, we can have over 500 kings and queens under one roof without any kingdom being superior than the other. You know, when the Kabaka in the house, there's only one king. When Mrs. Sulu is in the house, there's only one king. That applies everywhere. But we believe in equality. Every king is a king in his space. I cannot be in Buganda and start pretending that I am above Kabaka Mwenda Mutebi. When I'm here, I am his subject. When he's in my space, the language changes. When I come to your home, even if I'm a king, I cannot begin telling you what to do. This is what our culture is all about. Buganda has excelled in many areas, just as you said, 800 years, with interruptions, of course. But you've seen very strong in your culture. Other kingdoms, Toro, Bunyoro, and the new traditional chiefdoms are still working very hard to cope up. But also while here on behalf of Buganda Kingdom, I would like to encourage the unity. The unity, especially the conversation about the big boys. I think you know what I mean by the big boys. The big boys should bring up the smaller boys. So what we mean here is that there are kingdoms that have existed for over 3,000 years. There are kingdoms that were created after that. But they also have their subjects. We encourage them to work in unity, learn with each other. We also introduced to you that we have also royals who live in the diaspora, who are descendants of Africa, who want to come home and relate and work with you. They are part of us. We should welcome them and should encourage them to come home, to invest, cultural tourism, promote education, both sides, not only us being receivers, we should also give. So I'm addressing this mainly to the Buganda Tourism Board because you have a proven record in that particular area. Aido Uganda, Mr. Alan Kanyike and your team, Ms. Lucy Musazi. I know you didn't speak much, but silence doesn't mean that there's nothing to say. I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate all of you, Mr. Stephen Opeitum and entire board of Aido Uganda, the advisory board headed by Papa Sande Emolot, the king of Papa Iteso, and she's the vice in that hierarchy. We appreciate what you're doing. Chief Harriet Akisa, please stand up for recognition. I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate the wonderful work that you have done, you've been doing and still doing. You've just returned from Serena, where you've been supervising our activities in that area. We appreciate you, and we don't take it for granted. Together, we are stronger. Ms. Faith Kaitesi. I also take this opportunity to sincerely thank you for the good job you are doing. Ms. Agnes Namale, I know you did introduce yourself. You appreciated for the good work and the campaign you have been doing with your team in the Secretariat. Jerry Njoroge from Aido, Kenya, please stand up. Some of Aido Kenya members were not able to come because tomorrow they are hosting us at the Pokomo Royal Kingdom at Tana River, where a number of royals have arrived today for the royal installment of the other kings, other chiefs and kings from different parts of the world. So there's a bigger group meeting there tomorrow. So that's why this event had to take place on a Thursday. You know, Thursday is a difficult day, but we still appreciate that you managed to come and be with us. So Queen Ashanuta Chom has spoken in detail about the Global African Diaspora Royal Kingdom. It's not only in Africa that we have kingdoms, we also have got royals, some who left to live in the diaspora, and they are getting lost. We bring them back under one roof. We also have got the royals in the Caribbean, in Americas, who went there, or those who have been installed by other kingdoms. All those royals, we are trying to bring them under one roof so that we're able to work with the indigenous cultural institutions and kingdoms in Africa. This campaign is going very well, and that's why you see this great group here. To touch more on this group, I would like to specifically introduce Queen Mother, Professor Chenzira Davis Kahina. Please stand up for recognition. Please sit down. She's a professor, a teacher, a mother. Very spiritual, a royal. I welcome you home. The first time in Uganda. Chief Ali Salimbi, first time in Uganda. Please. You're welcome home. This is Buganda Kingdom. As we have already been told, when we are here, we behave like Baganda. They already claimed Queen Achom, that she looks like them. We have to accept and be grateful to our king and the Baganda people who are very loving and welcoming. Aido Network International has membership of over 2.3 million people worldwide. We are highly structured, and we are growing each and every day. I'll bring you more to Uganda without telling you what happened. I don't want to get into the diaspora operations. In Uganda, through the great leadership of Mr. Alan Kanyike, who is now standing as our country representative in terms of implementation of our projects, supervised by Mr. Stephen Opeitum and team. We've been fundraising for medical equipment in support of Soroti Referral Hospital, and through friends and partners, this equipment was donated by an American organization called Project Chua. Through great support from friends, we are able to raise $30,000 plus to ship medical equipment, vital, which is worth over 1 billion shillings, which is expected to be delivered to Soroti Referral Hospital in the next few weeks. So this is expected to go all around. That's just a start. With the help of the Diaspora Royal Kingdom, this team here, they donated solar lights to Serena Health Facility, and the whole place is now lit, and there's no more issues of power cuts. I would like to take this opportunity to thank this delegation here for donating solar lighting to that hospital. So I'm telling you what we have done, not what we want to do. That has happened. I would also like to inform you that the Diaspora Royal Kingdom, in collaboration with the cultural institution, is in foundation level to establish a state-of-art royal resort with specialized royal facilities, with a theater that can seat 300 people, royal suites for queens and kings, educational center in it, museum, which will carry the history of all our kings and queens in Africa. This project foundation was laid yesterday by this delegation. So this is work in progress, and we are not talking. We have done it. That investment will cost over 7 billion shillings, which we expected to invest in the next 2 years. I would also like to inform you that the good work of Aido Uganda, through in collaboration with the Diaspora Royal Kingdom, led by that beautiful queen, we are trying to invest into commercial farming, irrigation, warehousing, and adding value to our products. And this project, we are not talking. We expect this to happen in the next 45 days. I will only speak to what I know is in the pipeline or has already happened. So this is what Aido does. Where we see an opportunity, we encourage our friends to come and see. It is not His Highness. Our work is to promote the good things about our culture, our people. We hope to do this with every kingdom affiliated to Aido. If you don't get invited to Aido, you know that you're not a member. So you must become a member of Aido, registered with Mr. Alan Kanjike, even if you want to talk to us. There is no direct route to His Highness other than Aido Uganda. Aido, Mr. Alan Kanjike and team. We are Aido Network International. They are Aido Uganda, which is a chapter of Aido Network International. So we are Aido Global. So each country has got its own chapter with its own structure complete. So every year we have conventions in different countries, and these conventions give us an opportunity to meet the traditional rulers, the kings and the queens in those countries, to start working together. Those who think that we are doing something of interest, they join us. Those who don't see we are doing anything, they watch. But through that process, we have over 600 kingdoms in Africa. I know some people may not know that Africa has got over 2,000 kingdoms. But they are there. Some of them, nobody mentions them. We only know those that the colonial governments put into the radar, but they are there. They are there. So, Buganda Tourism Board, we received a communication from you at some point where King Charles requested us to invite 11 kings from Africa. And we did not invite you because you are not affiliated to us at that point. And we also hope that OHT, Dr. Ronald Rutaya, had got an official invitation or through the government. So when you don't hear from us, it's about that bureaucracy. So you need to work along that line with Mr. Alan Kanyike and Miss Lucy Musazi, who is our royal representative in that department. So these are the things that we would like to do in Uganda. We have something with the Toro. Continue working together. Mr. Alan Kanyike did mention about Aido programs. Yes, we've got many programs, mainly on human rights and human rights education. Human rights education, we offer material, education materials, teaching materials, and the training for trainers. This is being headed by Ms. Faith Kaitasi. So if you want that about human rights in your organization, in your schools, in your churches, Aido can provide you all those materials for free through our partners. So talk to, again, our head in that area, who is Mr. Alan Kanyike. Anything to do with the culture, we have Chief Harriet Akisa and her team, who are not here at the moment. So we have annual royal galas in the UK every year. This is where kings and queens from different parts of the world converge in the UK every November 25th. And after here, after Kenya, we shall all be assembling in London with different kings from worldwide for this event. All Aido's members are welcome to London. In May, we shall be in New Texas, Houston, which is more a business event. Our model of operation is we encourage all our members and our diaspora family to invest in Africa through kingdoms. Through kingdoms. That is the structure. Through kingdoms. Through chiefs, through queens. If you are not in that bracket, we can't do business. Officially, anyway. We have a gathering in Germany in May, and our biggest event next year, which is the Aido annual convention, is going to take place in Johannesburg, South Africa, in Kialami Castle. That's in October 2024. To benefit from all these programs and networking, contact Aido Uganda, and you must be a member of Aido. So, fellow royals, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot you can benefit from Aido. For the Buganda Tourism Board, which I keep emphasizing because we are in your space, and as you already said, the protocol is we give you that audience. We want to work with you, but we want to know how best we can work with you. Your teams in London we work well, but sometimes the Ugandan team has challenge with protocol in Bulangi, which needs to be addressed. So you know what I'm talking about. So yes. So I think I have given you the overall brief of Aido, but our purpose here today is to honor this event that has been organized by our team for us to meet you, greet you, and also for you to meet our new family from the diaspora. So it will be unfair for me to sit down without giving a microphone, at least for a remark from each of the 4 royals, which I'll request Mr. Alan Kanyike to pass a microphone, starting with the Chief Ali Salimbi Mwen from Grenada. Just to tell you that all these royals are from different countries: Jamaica, Virgin Islands, Grenada, Guyana. CARICOM, I think, has got 15 states together. And so each of those countries, we've got a chieftaincy. All those islands, we've got a chieftaincy. Like in Jamaica, we've got the Maroons of Akapong, headed by the paramount chief. So we have divided them worldwide. So together, we're a big force. So may I request Chief Ali to say a word to our audience.
Baiti.
Bayete.
Baiti. Cognizant of the time as we continue to approach midnight, just allow me to thank you for your welcome, Your Royal Highness. It's my first time in Uganda. I have read quite a bit about Uganda, some good and a lot of bad. Having said that, I've come to this country and it's so beautiful. The warmth of the people, friendliness. It's just heartwarming to be in this space, and I'm eternally grateful. As I said, the work of Aido needs to be commended. The work of Aido continues to grow from strength to strength, and I believe that as we continue this journey, the more kingdoms coming on board, the more partnerships that we can have, the stronger we will be better. And to end, allow me to quote Marcus Mosiah Garvey: "Up this mighty race. Africa for Africans at home and abroad. Let us unite, and with unity we will be stronger." Bayete.
Bayete. Thank you so much. Queen Mother.
Bayete.
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 It's an honor and a privilege to be here. I feel home. I feel loved. I feel welcome. And I'm very grateful. And I just needed to share, to really echo the sentiments. Everyone, words aren't adequate to give thanks to His Royal Highness, Papa Atekel, Paul Eganda.
Bayete.
Bayete. And we're very grateful. And I just wish to add to these quotations, every word, every utterance that Marcus Mosiah Garvey had scribed, documented, published in books, was alongside his beloved wife, Amy Jacks Garvey. I'm going to let it's the brothers, the kings, along with our sisters, working together as family. And that's what I feel here in Uganda, is family. Blessings of the Creator in abundance, in abundance, in abundance. How you say? God bless you! Amen.
Thank you so much, Queen Mother, Professor Chenzira Davis Kahina. May we please hear a remark from Princess Jenny Gamachana.
Baete. Thanks for your warm welcome in Uganda and looking forward to return. Thank you.
Baete. May I, before I give you back the microphone, may I take this opportunity, first of all, to announce that Aido Uganda is being restructured, and in the new setup, Mr. Alan Kajinke will be leading the operations, and he will go by the title of the country representative of Aido Network International. These are two different structures. There's Aido Network International, which is the global, which I head. Then there's Aido Uganda, the chapter. So Alan directly reports to the Vice President in Kenya, in Nairobi. So this setup will be discussed with the chairman and our Vice Advisory Board, and we shall roll it out for effective results. He's proven. You see, we trying to say, because there was this thing, Aido is for Batiso, no need to say, see Batiso. Aido is for everybody. As long as you have culture at heart, you love your culture, you want to promote your heritage, you're welcome. Just to make a point that I speak fluent Uganda and many other languages. To give you a background, I'm a student of the Masagali and the Father Grimes, and you know what that means. We are trained to be survivors, fighters, and to deliver. May I take this opportunity to request the DJ to play our special song for the Royals as I go back to sit and hand back the microphone to our vibrant country representative, Mr. Lan Kanjiki. Mr. Lan, thank you. One thing before I go, Agnes, please bring those certificates. Mr. Chairman Stephen Opeitum, I know you oversaw the marathon fundraising and ensuring that Aido raises funds through all ways to deliver the container to Uganda. And this committee was headed none other than Dr. Ruth Obaikol. I would like to take this opportunity to present a certificate to her through you in recognition of the work that she put into Aido to ensure that the projectual container continues to sign. So she's not here. She had to go to Nairobi for official duties, but please do receive this certificate on her behalf. Thank you very much. The second certificate is given to one young man. When Aido started a few years ago, we sent this young man to Ethiopia. It actually started as a TESA fair, and we're trying to trace. TESO belonged to a cluster called Ateker, Toposa, Nyangatom in Ethiopia, in South Sudan. So we tried to trace all our ancestors. And this young man, we sent him all over East Africa, to the Jai, to Southern Sudan, and he was able to convince those tribal leaders to come under us. Our purpose was to encourage trade other than cattle wrestling and fighting each other. And indeed, we are able to get those tribal leaders sometimes to stop fighting and talk. Why don't we trade? Why don't you sell your cows? Why don't we build a factory and do meat packaging? It's not here at the moment because it was a short notice, but again, I would like to pass this certificate through Mr. Alan Kanyike. It's awarded to Mr. Gabriel Opolot, who is a minister in the government of Iteso Cultural Union. So Mr. Alan Kanyike, kindly deliver the certificate to this young man. With these so many words, I would like to, for the purpose of those who don't know, Bayete is royal greetings. Emuria Koliai is the slogan for the Iteso Cultural Union originally, and I am still Itesot, even if some people may not think so. So, Bayete. Emuria Koliai. Thank you very much. So can we have that